Hello, welcome back to another video with me, Mondays with Mason. I apologize for the lack of videos for the last 2 weeks. I've been busy with school, um, but now I actually have a little bit of time on my hands, so I can do this. I apologize for that. And today's episode is going to be something a little bit different. It's going to be just me talking to you. So I apologize if you at some point get sick of my voice. It happens, but there's not going to be any special guests or anything like that. This topic is going to be straight for me, and I'm just going to be kind of breaking it down for you. So before we get into the topic, I just want to put out a disclaimer that this video is just my opinion only. There's no facts. There's no research done. There's no evidence that I can pull up. Nothing's being pulled, nothing outside. It's just going to be just me talking to you, just what I have on the inside of my brain. And yeah, at any point, if you feel like anything I said offended you or you feel upset because I'm not using facts, you can let me know. You can stop watching the video, or you could leave a dislike. You can express yourself however you want. So yeah, with that being said, let's get right into the topic. The topic today is finding your purpose. And it's a pretty deep one for y'all right off the bat. I know it's Monday, so what I mean by that is finding your purpose. I believe everybody has a purpose. Everybody's here for a reason, and everything happens for a reason. But really, you're the only one that can find your purpose. I'm just gonna give you like a layout, and then it's up to you if you want to use that layout. It's up to you if you don't want to use that layout. It's whatever. So basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tell you my story and what my purpose is, and then we're going to, I guess, break it down if I feel like that's necessary. But I'm just gonna use my story as an example to kind of lead you on to how I figured out my purpose, and maybe that'll work for you, but I can also tell you what works for most people. Okay, so about 2015, it's 2015 for sure, I suffered through major depression and somewhat of anxiety. I didn't really develop, somewhat of an anxiety. So my depression in 2015 came from me experiencing dreams every night. And I thought that I wasn't going to end up seeing my 16th birthday. Because in these dreams, I would die every night. And I mean every night. I had a dream that I died in various ways because I'm a deep dreamer. So like, it wouldn't just be like one way, it would be like multiple ways every night, to where I felt like it was literally every single way possible. And that's kind of why I developed like somewhat of anxiety, because I was like scared of everything, to be honest. So because of this depression and, because of these dreams, I developed depression, and I felt like I just wasn't going to make it to my 16th birthday. So I felt like there wasn't really a point of doing anything in school and life or anything like that. So I kind of just like shut down. It was just preparing for the worst, right? Because it was like, what's the point of doing anything if I'm just not going to be able to see another year? So coming up to like my 16th birthday, I woke up and, it was my birthday. I was like, okay, so either I'm going to die today or I'm not, and then we'll see what happens. Next day I didn't die, so I was like, that was great. But I was kind of, like in shock because I truly believed that I was just not going to be able to make it. So I was like, okay, since I've been out of society and stuff like that for a long time, I was like, let's figure out why I'm still here because I felt like I wasn't going to be here. So that was like 2016 through 2018. I was trying to get my bearings back, coming back into society, talking to friends, trying to be more social and stuff like that because I became an extreme introvert when I used to be, and I said pretty active extrovert. I used to love talking to people, but now like I can't. It's hard for me to talk to new people. So 2016, I was just trying to get my bearings, trying to come back and talk to people and stuff like that, trying to build bridges that were just lost because I didn't really keep in contact with a lot of people back then. But I got a job because after my depression with the dreams, my depression then came from my loneliness because I didn't want to be alone or be an introvert or anything like that, but I ended up having to be like that just because I lost a lot of communication. So it was hard for me to come back to communication and try to keep people active and just associated with me in general. So I was at work. I'm not gonna say where for purposes. So like I got a job in like I think it was 2016. Yeah, 2016. I got a job, and for me, being lonely, I felt like I needed to get a job so like I'd be more active in society, talk to people all the time. I had too much time on my hands being alone, so I was like, I might as well get money and then just chill out there. Even though I really didn't even need money like that, I just felt like that would be better for me outside of school. Excuse me. So one day at work, I was super low, super down. I haven't heard from like anybody outside of school, like on my phone or anything like that since for like a week. So like, just a lot of communications went down and I was like, wow, so I guess like people just really don't mess with me and stuff like that. So I just felt like super low. And during one of my breaks, I actually ended up doing a suicide attempt. What I did was, should I say what I did? Nah, it doesn't matter. So what I did basically was, I got some bleach, and for like 5 minutes, I was crying in the bathroom, and then I drank I attempted to drink 2 big gulps of just straight bleach because I looked at the effects and stuff like that. I read on the bag and then like the after effects that it was supposed to do, and it was like, okay, so if I don't die immediately, I'll have some sort of after effect that will eventually kill me, right? So I drank 2 gulps of bleach and then immediately just threw it all up. I threw it all up. But then I got like a bunch of gum, chewed it all up so no one could smell it on my breath. And I walked out of the bathroom like nothing happened. Nobody could honestly tell if anything happened. My nose wasn't red or anything like that from crying, anything like that. So I literally looked like how I am now. You couldn't tell that what I just did. And so yeah, I went home, went to sleep, and was like, all right, I'm probably not gonna wake up because I didn't want to. I woke up the next day and I was like, okay, I felt fine. I felt completely fine. I felt better than like I did yesterday, like that last day, like the day before that. I felt better generally. before I even drank the bleach. My energy just felt better. I was clear headed. I wasn't happy, but I was just better. I was in a better spot. And I was really confused because like I didn't feel any different. So I was like, okay, so I guess I threw it all up, right? So I was like, all right, what's going on? What's happening here? You know, I'm trying to figure out what's going on. I'm not super religious. I wouldn't necessarily say that I am. No, I mean, like, I believe in God, Jesus, the devil, but I believe in other stuff too, like, not like Buddha, but I believe in like other teachings as well, just other stuff, just in general. And I go to church when I was younger. I don't really go now, but I went when I was younger a lot. So I was just like, okay, so I'm out of answers for myself. So I was like, I'm going to find an answer from the Bible, try to figure out, okay, I'm like, dude, what do you got me here for? Right? So I'm like, let's figure it out. Excuse me. I open up the Bible to a random page. To this day, I cannot find the page, but I found a verse that I quote, but I'm going to paraphrase because I don't remember it word for word now. That was 3 years ago. But I looked at it and just randomly there, it was in red, so Jesus said it. And it said, no servant, I'm paraphrasing, no servant of mine will meet his end before his purpose has been fulfilled. So I was like, okay, interesting. I don't know why that spoke to me, but it did. So I was just like, okay, so I'm assuming I'm some sort of servant of yours. I get it. We're all your kids. You know, we're all son of man, all of that. But for some reason, it connected a little bit more deeply with me. So I went searching to figure out what are his servants, you know, not just angels, because I'm not an angel, I'm a human being. So I was trying to figure out, how can I be his servant if I'm not in heaven with wings and a halo? So I went soul searching. Yes, I went soul searching at 16 years old. And for like a month or two, I came up with like nothing. I couldn't find anything. I was just stuck because I was just thinking, whatever. But then one day I was talking to my mom and I was like, I'm trying to find myself. I was like, do you have anything that I said like as a kid that you can help me out with? And she said, you used to say something at church that said, Mom, do you know what your numbers are? And she was like, what do you mean? And I responded with, everybody has a number. You were given it, like it was given to you at birth. Do you know what your number is? And she said that's all she remembers, and she didn't pick up the conversation from there. And I was like, why did you not pick up the conversation? Like that was crucial. That was cool. So no, she didn't pick up the conversation. So I was like, all right, cool. So I was like, okay, numbers. We're gonna go with that. We're gonna go with numbers. We're gonna go with what I think, anything I could do with numbers. So I typed in, I went on Google, typed in numbers, Christianity, God, yeah, servants and stuff like that. And what popped up was this thing called angel numbers. Now, what angel numbers are basically like numbers from like 1 through 9, or 1 through 0, 0 through 9, that's the correct term, 0 through 9 in threes that have like a certain aspect or a trait associated with those numbers. So like, for example, we all know this famous one, 666, which we associate with like the devil. So like he has devil numbers and stuff like that, 666. And what I learned was like Jesus's numbers was 888. And I was like, oh, that's cool. Cause you know, it was like the beginning the N, the infinity, the alpha, and the omega. And I was like, okay, that's cool. That's cool. So I was like, okay, I'm getting somewhere. But the question is, what was my number, right? I'm trying to figure out what my number is. So I try to, this is me still soul searching, and I'm trying to figure out, I'm like, all right, what are numbers that like correspond with me that I associate with that can like, that means something to me that will show my personality or whatever. And so I use like my birthday. My birthday is March 7th, 2000. So 3/7/2000. It's pretty good numbers. 3, you know, the Holy Trinity. 7, lucky number 7, and like 2000, the year of the dragon. So I just went with 2. I have 2 birthmarks in my hair. One, and I don't know if I can grab it, but 2. Yeah, I think you can see that. 2. They're curls now, but they're patches. I have these 2 birthmarks in my hair, and it's called poliosis. It has nothing to do with polio, but poliosis is basically just like a rarity or whatever, some sort of mutation. But as the old folks say, you know, they always got something to say. So they said those are where like the angels touched me, because I was a C-section baby. So like I was like, you know, struggling to actually be here. So, you know, it was like, that's where the angels touched me. And I was like, all right, cool. I was like, okay, so 2. So I was like, those are 2s lined up. So I was like, let's go look at 2. So I look at 2, angel's number 222. And I don't remember what the exact definition or like traits that were associated with the number 2, but once again, I'm going to paraphrase. And what it said basically was like some traits were like, oh, this person is wise, this person loves peace, this person loves people, associated with like old souls, mature, yeah, stuff like that. They act elderly and just above their age and stuff like that. And I was like, okay. For some reason, that one really spoke to me because I've been told for a while that I had, you know, like, I'm kind of like an old soul, an old spirit, and like I don't think the same as people's my age and stuff like that. So that one spoke to me, and I saw that it said peace was like a path that they wanted to take. They pursued peace. They pursued unity and tranquility and stuff like that. And I was like, okay. So I self-proclaimed myself as an angel of 2. Not the second angel or anything like that. Just like my angel number is 2. So I call myself an angel of 2. And what I believe is my purpose is world peace. As sappy as that may sound, my goal in life is to either achieve world peace or lace like some sort of foundation or give it to someone that's a little bit more, you know, eligible. I don't know the word. More suited to figure out peace. People that are richer, smarter, more connected, stuff like that. Somebody that would seem more worthy of achieving peace. So that is what I believe is my purpose. And I went through a very low point, some soul searching, and I found it. So what am I doing to achieve my purpose now? Well, right now I'm studying finance. I attend Florida State University. And what I'm doing is I'm planning to be in the finance program, the College of Business, and I want to become a financial advisor for a private financial advisor for somebody that's of the 1% or somebody that's of the 0.0001% that attain, you know, literally 90% of income in America. Like, yeah, they have like their hand in everything. I want to become a financial advisor for them so I can somehow come up with a plan to generate revenue for them and at the same time spread their wealth so that programs can eliminate, world affair problems that we have in today's society, like poverty, world hunger, infrastructure, disease, and slash, medical research. Yeah. So like, then the social aspects of everything. So like the social aspects of everything could be taken care of after those problems are like gone, resolved. So then everybody, and then like the whole idea of like world peace can be a thing. So like everybody's all happy, everybody's, liking each other, this and that, whatever. We're all one big happy family. But my goal isn't that. My goal is just to set the foundation, just get the other obstacles out the way so like we can actually get down to doing that. Because in politics and, anybody that has power, all they're trying to do is keep their power and, yeah, keep their power and make money. That's about it. Money is it's the root of all evil. If you watch the money video, don't forget about that. So yeah. So that's how I figured out my purpose, and that's what I'm doing to try to work towards it. So I have like this really big plan, but like little steps and stuff like that, I have no idea what I'm gonna do. So I'm literally like right now, I'm not like killing time, but it's like I am planning this out. So it's like I don't really know what I'm doing right now. I'm just moving along as life moves on. But why I wanted to bring this topic in to you guys is because finding your purpose is like, I guess, a big deal in anyone's life. Doesn't matter what age you are. Doesn't matter if you're in college. Doesn't matter if you're grad student. Doesn't matter if you're 50 years old. Doesn't matter if you're 80 years old. Doesn't matter if you're 10. I feel like figuring out what you're here for is a big deal. Everybody should at least know, or yeah, at least know why they're here, or feel like they're here for this reason. Is it a fact that I'm actually here to achieve world peace? No. Is it likely that I'm going to achieve world peace? Probably not. But I'm still going to dedicate myself to that and make that my life's work because that's what I feel like I'm here for. That gives me a sense of purpose. That's what gets me up in the morning and gets me motivated to do stuff. Because everything I do is literally going towards that goal. So yeah. So for the story that I told you all, that was me. Figuring out how to find your purpose is up to you. And there are some things that you can do like this. One, I advise everybody, I advise everybody to get to know themselves. All ages. This isn't just towards one particular age group at all. This is toward all ages. Doesn't matter if you're 12 to 25 or 26 to 47, 48 to 72. I don't care how old you are. I strongly advise that you get to know yourself. How do you get to know yourself? Ask yourself questions. Sit down and think about yourself, or write it down, or talk to yourself out loud, whatever works. Think about the things you like, the things you don't like. Think about your experiences you've been through. Think about Think about who's hurt you. Think about who are the people that are around that care for you. Think about what you've been doing all of these years. And then think about what you actually want to do. And people don't do this. People don't sit down and get to know themselves. And it's really sad because it shows when somebody's working for 30 years and then they hate their job. They regret it after they get fired or something. They feel like they wasted their time or whatever. Or like people I see in college students all the time, they don't know what they're doing in college, nor do they know what they're going to do with their degree after they get out. They're just like getting up every day and just aimlessly walking around and doing stuff. And we're not here for a long time. So at least get to know yourself. At least get to figure out why it is you're up walking around for. Don't just get up and take your life for granted. Because tomorrow's not guaranteed at all. So yeah, get to know yourself. Get to write, like, really that's all you can actually do is get to know yourself. And the better you know yourself, the better you'll have an understanding of what you're here for. Could be anything. Well, basically what, like, I think, so like, don't get it confused. Don't get your purpose confused with what you want to do or your own desires, your wants versus your duty that you have to do. You might really like math. Okay? So you want to be a math teacher. That's cool. But what if you're naturally geared towards science? Science is a cakewalk for you. You know, when it comes to like science class or something like that, you feel like you can discover stuff that people don't even think about doing in science class. And all of your classmates and your professors are just like looking at you in awe. They're like, oh my God, like this guy is really good. This guy is really smart. So then it's like, which one do you do? Are you gonna be a math teacher? Or are you gonna pursue science? Doesn't mean it has to be something that you like. Doesn't mean that at all. If you learned from the last video, I hate money, but I'm in finance when I should be in sociology or psychology or something like that, right? Because that's what I'm good with. I like helping people. That's what I like. I like getting to know people, getting to know humans, getting to know other people's things. I like helping people work towards their purpose, what they feel like they're here for, their reason for living, what motivates them, whatever. But at the same time, it can also be something that you like. Do you like math? Geared towards math? And math is literally what motivates you to get up and do stuff in the world and you don't regret doing stuff like that. If you feel like you're contributing to the world by doing good at math, if you feel like your life is meaningful because you're doing math, then do math. I'm not saying that's like an example I can give you. It's just something I just thought of. But in all seriousness, to find your purpose, I just feel like you should really just get the time to know yourself. And then the other steps, if there are steps, become natural. I know myself very well. I know my character very well. Because when I did the soul searching for 2 months and I couldn't figure out why I'm actually here, I did a lot of thinking about who I am as a person. And then that stuff happened afterwards with the numbers, and then I am who I am now. So I'm literally up every day, motivated. That doesn't mean I'm overly working or that I'm trying to get all of the high tier positions in other orgs or organizations and stuff like that. My goal is to work from the shadows, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna work behind the scene. And I thought about my plan for a long time, and that's the best I could come up with. So that's what I'm gonna go with, but plans aren't always solidified. They can always change at any given moment. I'm staying open, I'm staying adaptable. Well, yeah. If you have any questions with figuring out what you want to do, or if you need help figuring out what you want to do, I have other methods that I can give you, but this video is already 30 minutes, so I'm going to end it soon. If you have any questions or anything like that, feel free to comment, feel free to DM me. If you have my number, go ahead and text or call or whatever, but my Instagram is Mason Lemons 4. You can DM me there. All I use is Instagram, so that's just that. And yeah, that's what you want to do. That's what you should do. But yeah, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching the video. If you did enjoy the video, gives it a thumbs up. I will catch y'all next Monday with a different topic. And yeah, have a great rest of the week. Love you guys. See ya.